marginal, joint and conditional probabilities. This particular lecture is only to clarify these three terms. You have already seen all these three different types of probabilities in the previous lectures. We are clarifying what is the difference between marginal, joint and conditional probabilities, so that in future when we take these names, you should be clear about what we mean, right? Marginal, joint and conditional. What is marginal probability? Let us take marginal first. The probability of a single event occurring without considering the outcomes of other related events. That is, whatever be the probabilities of other events that are occurring, be it related events, non-related events, whatever. Irrespective of that, you're finding the probability of one particular event happening. That is, let us say there is an event A, okay, and you're finding probability of A. There may be another event, let's say B, which influences A. That is, let us say P of B A given B does change. Let's say depending on the event B, A will have an influence, let us say. Still, you want to find the total probability of A. Irrespective of whether B has happened or not happened, you want to know what is the total probability of A. That is marginal probability. How do you calculate this? Marginal probability P of A is the sum over all B probability of A and B. That is, you take the probability of A and B occurring together and you sum over all the possible values of B. That means you will get the probability of A occurring irrespective of whether B has occurred or not. So this actually allows us to see the probability of event independent of all other events. That is marginal probability. That is, so whenever you say marginal, you want to remember the probability of one particular event. If you are talking about event A, simply about probability of A, that is what you call as marginal probability. What is joint probability? What is joint? That is the probability of two or more events occurring simultaneously. That is probability of A and B occurring together. This can also be written as probability of A intersection B. Both are one and the same. This is what you call as joint probability. A is occurring, B is also occurring. Then what is the probability of A and B occurring together? This is what you called as joint. And what is conditional? The third term, conditional probability. This is the probability of an event occurring given that another event has already occurred. That is, what did we see? Let's say probability of A given B. If you are given that if probability of B, there is an event B which has occurred, then what is the probability of A? This is what you call as conditional probability. P of A given B, or let's say you want to know P of B given A. Given that event A has already occurred, what is the probability of B? This is conditional. So these are the three terms. First one, marginal, which is simply P of A. What is joint? Joint is P of A and B occurring together. And what is conditional? P of A given B. So you need to understand the difference between these three.